things that you're going to need to know to be a dual credit CTE student. We are Cedar Valley, so welcome. We're so glad to have y'all. One of the first things that you guys need to know is who is your support system at Cedar Valley. Miss Alice Harrington is our administrative assistant. Anytime you guys need to schedule a virtual meeting or an in-person meeting once we're back on campus, you will reach out to Miss Alice Harrington first, so make sure you jot down her email up there at the top. You will reach out to her first and she will get you guys scheduled and taken care of. A fun fact about Miss Harrington is she graduated from Texas A&M University Commerce, and she is a proud member of Sigma Gamma Rho. Next, you will need to know Miss Norma McClellan. Anytime you call our offices at Cedar Valley, 9 times out of 10, the first person you're going to talk to is Miss Norma. When we're back on campus and you guys come into the B building for the first time, the first face you will see is Miss McClellan. She is so excited to meet you guys. She always keeps candy on her desk, so make sure you ask her for a piece. She's totally fabulous. And this is
She did the, hello, did it freeze?
I think so.
Yes, I think there she is. She's back. Well, no. Ariel?
She's probably trying to relog back in.
Yeah. Parents, we are recording this session, so if you can't get all the notes, we are recording and we will post it. I have communications to post it, and we'll also try to share it with you through your email from the email that you got from coming to this meeting. You want to go on and have Dr. Rios go in with her part?
Yes, please. Parents, we're gonna just shift around a little bit because we're having technical problems, and we're going to introduce Dr. Rios Harris, and she's one of the professors. She's an actual coordinator for the English Humanities Department, and so she's gonna begin with her part. Without further ado, Ms. Rios.
Hi, it's nice to meet all of you, see all of you virtually at least. We're all in this together, that's first and foremost, so I do want you to know that. We're here to help your students succeed. Like Ms. Ford said, let me tell you, A's, that's what we want, right? So we're here to help do that as well, because we have a part in that too. But I want you to know the expectations that faculty members have, as well as eCampus, virtual resources and things that will help your students. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quickly. All right, can everybody see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, first and foremost, there is
Doctor, you might want to make it just a little larger for him. Yeah, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. So eCampus is the first thing. eCampus is our learning management system. It's powered by Blackboard, and all students will have an eCampus shell for every single course that they take on our campus. The eCampus actually holds the syllabus, assignment calendar, grades. I mean, anything and everything that student, your student needs, your child needs to succeed is there. So please make sure that you are familiar with eCampus. Your student can also show you exactly where eCampus is. eCampus is, gosh, like I said, it holds everything that you need, all assignment details. It has a calendar. It has everything that you need, as well as an email system. The students can email each other. They can email the instructors, anything at all that can happen on eCampus, just so you know. Let me see if I can really quickly. Can all of you still see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see that it's an eCampus course now?
No, we're still seeing the Word document.
Okay, let me try this for you really quickly.
Yes, now we can see the website.
All right, this is a template. This is an example just to show you what type of eCampus shells we have. The instructor can put as many links over here as he or she, would like. And then these are announcements. So students will get announcements. Students will need to go through these links. And I always tell them, as much as you can, become familiar with the course so that you're not caught off guard for anything. This also has, an assignment calendar. It has the syllabus. It has the textbook information. Everything is right here. So please, please make sure that you're, looking at that. Parents, you can even ask your children to pull up their eCampus shell and show you, because it has in the back, if they were to go into the tools here, and then there is a link that says My Grades. If they click on that, right here is a list of everything that is in the grade book, the number of points over here that the assignments are worth, and then when things are graded, again, this is a template. So when things are graded, the number will be right here out of that 100 points or however many points each assignment is worth. So you can keep up with that. And students can as well. So they always know where they stand. That's the main thing. Syllabus, same concept. The syllabus has everything in it. So please make sure you look at the syllabus. It's kind of like our law book, if you will, to sit there and make sure that you can, here's the syllabus here. It has everything. Contact information for the instructor, office hours, phone numbers. It gives you everything, how points are taken, grades are done. Everything is in this syllabus, and it's a pretty long document. It's about 8 pages. So just become familiar with that as well. That will be easy for you to just pull up and know where you are. Let me go back to my. All right. Also, so that's those 3. The next one is FERPA. FERPA is very, very important. I know Ariel will be going over some of this as well. This is actually copied and pasted from the federal government website about FERPA. It does apply to everybody, but as soon FERPA rights belong to the parents until a student turns 18 or attends a post-secondary institution at any age. Then FERPA rights transferred to the student, including dually enrolled students who are attending a post-secondary institution. And that even includes if they're on your campus, on our campus, both, it doesn't matter. Just so you know, so we are bound by the law. We're not trying to be mean when we say we can't speak to parents, but we cannot, just so you know. We can only speak to the student enrolled. We can only email the student enrolled. The student needs to always contact the instructor, please, as a first resort. We sometimes, by the time we get that there's a challenge or maybe a misunderstanding or confusion, it's 5 people down the line when we could have handled it way before. So please, please, instructor is the first method of contact, not the last one. Students should read all emails sent fully and respond accordingly, since that's our main method of communication, besides things like this. Some of us are holding office hours like this virtually. If they want, all they have to do is ask and we're there. Students should read through all course materials, so there's completely informative expectations. Submit, of course, work on time, early if possible, to keep the stress level down and to avoid work either not being accepted, whatever's in the syllabus, or in some cases, points being deducted. So we wouldn't want that for students at all. And there must be formal documented proof of an emergency to allow work to be made up. So just so you kind of have that in mind. And I'm more than happy to answer questions later at the end, or if any, however you want to do it. But Phi Theta Kappa, I am an advisor. Phi Theta Kappa is the International Honor Society of the 2-year college. Phi Theta Kappa is, my goodness, it is international. We have chapters in all 50 states, as well as in places like Guam, the Arab Emirates. We have them in Korea. We have them all over the place. So it's a great opportunity. The requirements I have given you right down here. The requirements, 3.5 GPA 2, which is a college level GPA. If you're a dual credit student, we'll pull up on eConnect, and I know Ariel's, I think, going to talk about eConnect, but pulls up his or her transcript, then you will see there's always a GPA 1 and a GPA 2. GPA 2 is only college level coursework. GPA 1 includes any developmental courses that were taken. So we look at the second one. It's an invitation. Invitations are sent out to those who meet requirements. So invitations will be sent when we get after certification date, which is in another week or so. And so please be looking for those. It's not junk mail. We send out invitations as well as online invitations. So make sure that your student, please, your child accepts. There are scholarship opportunities to 4-year schools when they leave us. There are opportunities automatically. Some institutions that are Phi Theta Kappa friendly, they automatically will give $1,200 just because they see Phi Theta Kappa on a transcript. I mean, there are so many scholarships and things available for students who are Phi Theta Kappa members. So please, please let me know if there are any questions later about that. And if you don't get an invitation and you know your child, or you have that GPA and the 12 also must have completed 12 college level hours, please get with me. We can look you up and see, and we can still get you to join. Not a problem at all. The last part here, virtual student resources. This is a link. Let me see if it will. Let me see if I can do this really quickly. All right, last one. Let me show you. That link takes all students to the student resources and services area. These are all virtual. They're wonderful. This is new. If you scroll down, look at all these resources for your students. Advising, career resources and jobs, counseling, care and health, Dallas County Promise, disability services, dual credit, financial aid, international student support, learning support, student life and activities. If you click learning support, there's the library and learning technology, online learning. There's a tutorial for students to be more successful online. Tutoring right here. We do have online tutoring this semester, and it will be in most of the instructors' eCampus shells. There's a link and instructions how to take advantage of that. And anyway, include ed materials, everything, and hotspots, got everything going on right there. So this is, we have a wealth of information. We are here ready to help you, please. And I'm more than happy to give out, information, email, whatever it is you need, feel free to ask.
And we'll put your email information in the chat. Are there any questions for Professor Rios at this time? Rios-Harris, are there any questions? We can take 1 or 2 questions, and then Ms. Ariel will be back. She got back in with us.
Yes, I have a question.
Sure.
For FERPA, if a student gives permission for his parent to be able to speak with his professor, is that permissible?
No.
Yes, it is. There's also a proxy form that you can also fill out that gives permission as well.
Okay. And the next thing is, do you all have or honor the 504 services that DeSoto High School has approved for the student? And are you aware, do they automatically tell you that, or does the student need to tell the teacher that?
Go ahead, Ariel.
I can answer that one.
Go ahead.
We do not automatically know that, so you would reach out to me. And then I would get you the correct forms and you would fill out the form, and then we'll ask for a copy from DeSoto of what accommodations the student is receiving there. And we submit those to our Office of Student Disability Services, and they'll let you know what's college compatible.
Okay, and do we have your email? I'm sorry, by the time I logged in, you were talking.
I haven't given it yet. So
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, Miss Nell, thank you. Yeah, Ariel accidentally got disconnected, and so she's coming back on. So you're okay. You'll get to hear her in just a minute.
Okay.
Anybody else? Well, it's my pleasure to be working for your students, so I'm here for all of you.
Thank you, Professor Rios Harris. We appreciate your time. And then once again, she's a wealth of knowledge and she's here at 110% to support our students. So we just want to let you know if you have any questions, and we'll get those emails out when we talk about the Google link for you to fill out and how to get additional information, communication out to you from us. Without further ado, we will continue with Ms. Ariel. And again, thank you, Ms. Rios.
all right, picking up from where I left off. Sorry about those technical difficulties, y'all. So this is me. For all of you that need my contact information, it is up here at the top. AMHOB as in boy, SON at dCCCD.edu. Again, my name is Ariel Hobson. I attended the illustrious Clark Atlanta University, and I graduated from the University of Texas at Dallas. I am also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I service a number of different schools, but of course, I have you guys here at DeSoto. So if you need anything, please reach out to me via email. Parents, it's very, very important that I stress that you must have the student, Ms. Rios Harris already talked about it, but you must have your student on your emails to me. Please never call me. It'll take me a week to call you back, but if you email me, it goes to my phone. My phone is in my hand at all times, so I can get back to you a lot faster. All right, the meat and potatoes. FERPA, real quick, just from my standpoint, you all will need to fill out a FERPA waiver when you turn in your dual credit information or your dual credit paperwork to Ms. Ford and Ms. Pugh. So make sure on that FERPA form, you put at the bottom, everybody that is allowed to have access to your student's information. So if it's mom, dad, grandma, big brother, big sister, whoever can check in about the student needs to be on that FERPA form. High school versus college. Students, it's very, very important that you remember a couple of key facts. Your professors are always happy to help you, but you have to reach out to them. They have lots of other students, not just dual credit, not just CTE. So it's very important that you let them know when you are having a problem. Your first point of contact should always be your professor. After you have talked to your professor, you will need to contact your high school counselor. And from the high school counselor, it will come to me. So make sure you start with your professor because they know more about what's going on than I do. Also, make sure you're keeping up with your due dates. Everything that you need is in your syllabus. When are you taking a test? What's your homework? When does your professor accept late work if they do it all? Everything that you need is in your syllabus. It's very, very important that you are making good grades while you are part of this dual credit CTE program. The grades that you are making now will follow you forever. Forever. It does not matter if you go to school here in Texas, if you go to school in Japan, it does not matter. They're going to ask you for a copy of your Cedar Valley transcript. And we want to be able to show them that you have A's and B's. I will maybe allow you 1 or 2 C's if it's really stressful. But we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward because it's when it's time for you to go to that 4-year university, they're going to look at how you performed at Cedar Valley, and that's going to determine what classes they allow you to take later. If by chance your GPA falls below a 2.0, something happens, it's life, it's a pandemic, I understand. you will be placed on what is known as academic probation. Academic probation just means that we need to give you a little bit more TLC. So we'll be checking in with you a lot more. Your classes may change, and you'll be required to attend some tutoring that Ms. Rios-Harris showed you on the virtual student resource. Finally, your primary resources are eCampus and eConnect. What are the differences? I'm so glad y'all asked. eConnect is your administration. So anything that has to do with your paperwork, it's like your file cabinet. This is where you change your telephone number. This is where you request your transcript. This is where you view your class schedule and select your program of study and all of that great stuff. Your eCampus is your online classroom. This is where you turn in your work. This is where you chat with your classmates. This is where you find your virtual tutoring. So eConnect is administration. eCampus is online classroom. Your classes will not show in your eCampus until 24 hours before you are about to begin the class. So don't forget, if you don't see it in eCampus, just check your eConnect. When you log into eCampus, this is kind of what it
Did she freeze again?
I think she froze.
Oh, no.
No, we're just getting at the good part.
Yeah.
We'll just loop back around when she gets back in, Nicholas, because I know, and parents, Ms. Ariel and Professor Rios, they'll have to go and do an early college presentation at 6:30, but we're gonna wrap around, make sure that you have their email addresses and everything for follow-up regarding any other presentation, and we'll just ask Ms. Ariel to come back if she can loop back around, and we'll just move on with the rest part of the presentation. Mr. Johnson, you can put your the slide back up. So she said that was the last slide. And parents, that was the last slide with the eConnect and eCampus, but don't worry about it because I'm going to talk about something else that Cedar Valley did send that came in your email. It should have came in your email today. If not, we're going to get it to you today because that's going to be a very important part of your process to start off on the right foot. And we'll just go. The next slide. The next one. Yes. And I don't know if Ms. Primus made it on with us, but
Yes, ma'am.
you did. Oh, great. There you go. Go ahead, Ms. Primus.
Yes, I just want to give a brief welcome. Once again, I'm Mrs. Primus, Associate Principal at DeSoto High School. And I just really wanted to thank everybody for showing up for your student or even students who are on the line today. I echo Mrs. Ford. We are very excited about our students who are in our traditional dual credit program. We are just waiting to see how you're going to matriculate through the program, and we're going to speak it into existence. You all are going to do exceptionally well. So thank you all again for coming. Hopefully we have provided the information that you need to sustain you throughout this great school year. Thank you again. And thank you, Mrs. Ford.
Thank you. Thank you. And once again, reiterate, that's Ms. Primus. And so she's next in command under Mr. Joseph, but she housed this program up under her wing. So that's another contact. If something happens, if you have questions, you can definitely reach out to her. The next slide is our facilitators and parents. What we're saying, since this is an online course and it's a little bit unique, and so what we have decided to do is make sure that we have high school teachers who are facilitators to help make sure that your students are on track, and if they have any technical difficulties, and we have those classes like assigned in a class period. So this will be the high school teacher. Now, once again, the high school teacher doesn't have the same credentials or rights as that actual college professor. So the college professor kind of has the last say so. So you can look at this person as a facilitator, like a student, a teacher assistant with the students to help facilitate the classes during that time, during the daytime when they have it at that class. And so these are the four high school teachers that they will have in contact, and that will also be on their class schedule, which Ms. Dewberry will explain that when we get to the scheduling slide. Next slide. And this is technology. And so at this time, like, we did send an email out and also called students if they needed technology. And so we do have responses. And once again, if you do need technology and you did not get a district issue technology device at this time, we will get back with you, and there's a link that you need to fill out, and everybody's going to fill out this link, so we'll make sure that you have that technology device. And I know some people were asking at it at the beginning of the meeting. When I say notice we have PC, a laptop, or a Chromebook, we make sure that they all have cameras on there. But if you're taking that math or that BCI course, that it will actually have to have an actual laptop meaning like a Dell, and we'll provide that for those students that are in those classes. Next slide. And the textbooks, and Mr. Johnson is going to talk about the textbooks.
All right, thank you. Again, I'm Nicholas Johnson. I am Director for Career and Technical Education for the school district. Our dual credit program falls under T-STEM and also CTE. So with textbooks this year, because of the situation that we're in with COVID and all of that, we're actually going to go to an online textbook. So all students will have access to an online textbook. We will get those codes to you. So that's why it's important that we have those email addresses so you can be able to know what the code is, and you get to your code through your eConnect on the computer that you will be provided. But again, we will not have hardback textbooks. Everything will be online through Cedar Valley. It's going to be an online textbook, okay? Due to safety reasons and with COVID, there had to be such a long period of wait time for a textbook to get from their warehouse or our warehouse and wait, then we have to be able to issue those out. So right now, we're not able to do that, but we think feasible for this fall is to do what they call an e-book. And so we'll work with you and the students in Cedar Valley to make sure that all students have the codes that they need for their e-books based on their classes. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
You're welcome.
And the next slide is Ms. Dewberry. Parents, I'm not a counselor. I'm just not a counselor. And I can explain this. Yesterday, I had a situation with my own daughter's schedule. And I had to, at the end of the email, I put, I know you're working hard. So whatever you can do to assist me, I truly appreciate it. This is a very hard working woman here. Ms. Dewberry is going to make it happen. We are so proud to have her on our team. So without further ado, we're going to have Ms. Dewberry to talk about the schedules.
So we as counselors have been working on schedules, and we've been scheduling the dual credit students. One thing that we have found early on with the dual credit students is a lot of them are in, these are juniors and seniors. So a lot of them are in the double block CTE courses. They're in double blocked athletics. They're in specialized choir classes. They're in specialized courses that are only offered once a day. So it can be a little tricky in scheduling those students. So we'll try to work with each student to make sure that we get them in the courses that they want. If you go into the parent or student portal, you will be able to view your child's schedule. The dual credit courses, for example, English 3 dual credit It'll always have that DC, and it'll have one of the 4 teachers that we just mentioned were the facilitators. Or English 3, dual credit sociology, dual credit psychology, dual credit government, dual credit economics, dual credit auto text. It'll have the dual credit on there. So first thing I want you to do when you check your schedule is to make sure that all the dual credit courses that you signed up for are on your schedule. If not, I'm going to drop into the chat box in a few minutes the link to request a schedule change. You also can request to speak with your counselor through that link also. And so again, we want to get all the students into the courses that they selected. That's not always possible, but we are doing our very best and working hard because we do want to build this program. Are there any questions regarding schedules that parents have right now while I drop the link into the chat?
Okay, great. And we'll go to the next slide. Thank you, Ms. Dewberry.
You're welcome.
The next slide is the Google slide. And so, like I said, parents, what we did was we just wanted a clean slate of addresses, email addresses and information. And so we're gonna put this slide in the drop for you to make sure that you have it, because it's so important for us to have those clean addresses and everything. So we'll definitely, and Nicholas, actually, can you drop it in there? Because I can't copy it. And that's going to be very important for us to communicate with you, because we're going to be doing a lot of conversing, of course, with phone, but also with email too. And before we end, I'm going to share the screen. Dallas College, and I did not put this in the PowerPoint presentation because it literally came 10 minutes before we started today. And what Dallas College did, they created your own portal. This email you should have received on the 27th. And on the 27th, it basically is the actual welcome package, and it has everything in there that you need to do before class starts. It talks about eCampus, eConnect. It gives you resources for that. It's a backpack of all of the information. So I'm just going to click on the welcome packet in itself. This is what it looks like, and it comes just like this. And you'll also have what is expected from the students. You also have a section right here, getting ready for online courses, how it's online different. You have eCampus there. You also have what do I do to get help. This is the login for us for eConnect, eCampus. You also have the study resources that Ms. Rios was talking about, and how to check grades. So those questions that you were having, because I know in this presentation, it's like, oh my God, I just need to know. This is everything that you need to do before you prepare for class on the 8th. In addition to, they added this component. Let me make sure. Hold on. This is the part that you need to fill out, and basically it's a module, and this is like that actual orientation that you would normally have face to face, but what they did it in modules. And if you see the modules, it says, the welcome, policies and procedures, participation requirements, getting started online, the other Dallas resources, MIS, and professional communication. So you will go in. If you did not get this email, please contact us so we can forward you the email, because we want to make sure that you get all the information that's necessary to be successful in the class itself. But this should have came out on the 27th. Like I said, it's kind of, we just received it. You probably received it before us. And this explains everything that took place tonight, but it goes more in depth in those 1, 2, 3 steps. Are there any questions on that? Any questions?
I'm sorry, Robin, parents, I did just drop that form in there. It is very important that if you could go ahead and click on that form and complete it along with your student. One of the things that we want to make sure before next week, but if you could do this by tonight and by tomorrow, we want to make sure that we get technology in our students' hand. They're in a dual credit program. We want them to have first choice of any computers. So some people have gotten phone calls and you stated that you need it, or you have a personal one, that's fine. But eventually every student in the district will be issued a device. It probably won't be till October, but high school, it will be first. So as soon as those computers come in, they will start going out. But for dual credit, we need that information so we can make sure that we have those students accounted for first. So I just dropped that link in there for the Google form Miss Ford was talking about. If you go ahead and get that completed, we'll kind of match up our list and make sure that we've accounted for every student. So again, you know, if you have something that has a camera, you are allowed to use that. If you definitely need something, go ahead and say we need it, and so we can get that scheduled to get for you to have pick up, okay? Any questions? I know it's a lot of information, but I am recording this, and so you can go back and refer, and I'm gonna also drop my email address in there in the chat. Ms. Ford, you can type mine, nicholas.johnson@DeSoto ISD. I'll put my email in there. Parents, reach out, ask us questions. Robin will drop her email in there. I'm gonna say don't do Miss Primus because Miss Primus got a lot going on. I know Miss Dewberry does too. Come to us first, and then we'll get with them and try to answer any question that you need about your dual credit students or anything that you need, okay? Again, students, your goal is to make sure that you are engaging with the professors, but also with your facilitators that are on campus. You would look on your schedule and you will see their names. There are some CTE teachers. You want to make sure that you're checking in and saying, and they're going to ask, well, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are you on top of your grades? They've been instructed of what they need to do. Are you doing all of your class assignments? So please just make sure you know we answer that question.
Yeah. Are there any other questions? And like I say, I think the best thing is that email that they sent out for the Dallas College, and I went through the different components on there, and that's going to answer a lot of your additional questions to get from, and this is the first time that the first year that they even did this. So I think that is really awesome. And again, just like Mr. Johnson said, just reach out to us. We want you to be successful. We want you to be successful. The goal is to make sure if you're taking 2 classes this semester, make sure that you are strong with A's and B's, because we do want our kids in the National Honor Society. That is the ultimate goal. We want you to have those strong 3.5s and higher, and we want you to be in the National Honor Society. Any other questions? Because I know there's a parent meeting today for technology for Schoology at 7, and I know there's a senior class meeting that's going on, so that's why we didn't want to hold you up too much. Any other questions? I think we're good.
Make sure y'all fill the form out before you leave, please, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
What email?
I think the one that Dallas sent out. So if you can just email me,
Oh,
and
okay.
I will forward the email to you.
Okay. Okay.
Just email me, Michaela, and then I will forward that email to you this evening. And if anyone else needs that particular email, I wish I could just drop the links in there. But I think it's better for you to have the email because it's more concise.
Yeah, because they sent it out to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
They just sent it out before we got on here. You got it, Robin, you answering?
And again, I just want to make mention to one other thing, parents, is that remember, if you're in that English class, remember, it is so important that you have a C or better before. I would say just make sure that you can maintain your C all the way up until November, like I'll say 15th is a safe spot. Because if it's lower than that, you will not be admitted to take that exam. So I just wanted to make sure that's the only class that operates just slightly a little bit different, but definitely your syllabus should be up by now, and you can really go over those syllabi and making sure that you understand and making contact. And then, you know, as a scholar and as a collegiate student, just go ahead and email those professors. Say, hey, you know, it's just nice to meet you. I just want to let you know I'm looking forward to, you know, being in your class this semester. So introduce yourself. So that professor already have an experience with you and know who you are as an individual, and just tell them some of your goals. I think that would be an excellent way to really get involved with the professor.
Is it Amanda? Amanda? Okay. Talk to Miss Ford. Well, don't say everything. Tell us exactly what is it that you need from us, Miss Sykes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm just confused on how all of this is going to work as far as high school, dual credits for him, automotive. They've got his schedule, but they've got him taking Spanish 2 again. And we're not sure why whenever
I took it and I did all the makeup work for that class, and they were saying that I failed the class. Do you know anything about that?
What grade are you in?
12th grade.
12th grade. Miss Dewberry would need to get in touch with you. You need to get with her so she can kind of figure out what's going on with your schedule. Now, are you in the automotive dual credit only? Or are you in automotive and another dual credit?
I think it's just automotive.
Okay, we'll need to see you Monday. That's why.
Okay.
Yes. There's another meeting for automotive dual credit directly on Monday.
Okay.
Miss Sykes, check the chat. I'm sending you a private message right now. Okay, check it right now and see if you, and let me know if you see it.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Can you respond to me in that message with that person?
Who told
Where it says everyone click that button, that arrow going down, and click Miss Dewberry, Radio Dewberry.
There it is. That's why I was trying to look for. I'm new to some of this stuff. I'm not that technology savvy.
Don't feel bad.
But I think that right there will help me to be able, the question I'm asking you will help me be able to assist you.
Okay, I don't know. Hopefully she got that. Anyway, he has a Chromebook from last year. It's okay for him to use that same one, right?
That probably is a question for Mr. Johnson. It looks like he has stepped away, but I did receive your answer to my question. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Parents, I'm going to put the email link again, that Google link, the one that we need you to fill out, that information one Mr. Johnson put in there. I'll put it in there again because it's probably kind of far at the top.
Ms. Ford, is that link for everyone or is that just a technology link?
That's for everybody that's in the DCA program. That's for everybody.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
that's going to have that technology piece in there. And so it's going to have all those questions. So you can definitely, everybody needs to fill that one out. Yes. Thank you for
Okay,
asking the
there's
question
one,
so I can clarify
sure.
that.
There's one form that I clicked on earlier and it only allowed juniors and sophomores. I'm sorry, junior and seniors, and I have a sophomore. It didn't give me the opportunity to choose sophomore. I'm not sure if this is the same link, but I'll click on it now.
It is the
And
same
it's
link.
like,
So
yeah, it's the
it is.
same.
So just put sophomore and I'll note that. I'll just note that out.
Well, you can't because it's a checkbox
Yeah, it's only allowing you to do
to
juniors.
check either junior or senior.
Just put the junior there and just email me your child's name and everything so I can go in and change that.
Okay,
Okay.
no problem. Thank you.
That's no problem. Thank you.
Okay, so where is that one that we're supposed to fill out? Is it this one?
That one's for the device.
You have one.
Yeah.
The
About
one
the
that
schedule change. I think it was. That one's for the schedule change right there.
Okay. Let me go back in here.
So the one for the devices, everybody needs to fill that out because we just want to make sure we have a clean list, and that's just for us and the communication for the district. So everybody just needs to fill that out because it has all the demographics that we need for you, from you, about you. So just go ahead and fill that out even if you are using your own device.
What if they already have one? From last year?
Yes, it's a question in there, and then so you can answer that question. We're just making a clean list, and so we
Okay.
want to make sure
Okay.
that our DCA kids are accounted for.
Okay. Let's see.
103 284.
Do you have a personal device at home that you can use for dual credit courses?
I got a laptop, remember?
We've got plenty of them.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Automotive. Oops. Submit. Okay, so I did that one.
All right, that one's done. Now,
So Ms. Ford, should we say that our meeting is concluded unless there are any questions?
Yes, the meeting is concluded. I just want to make sure everybody gets the link because I
Okay.
don't want to, and I did go ahead and update the link in there as far as to add the sophomores, that piece in there. So that's no problem. So I did do that. For those of you who are going to the senior meeting, I sent the link out for that too. That's the last link. And then just make sure if somebody asks a question about eConnect, in that portal for those modules, it will give you the email as far as the tech department at Cedar Valley to help you get logged in for the eConnect. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you iron out all the issues and problems with eConnect and with your schedules and stuff before that 8th. And again, please just email us so we can take care of that. Any questions, because we just want to make sure that you're fresh and ready to go on September 8th. And if there's no other questions, did everybody get the link? I just want to make sure that everybody got the link.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I got that. And so like I said, just go and just finish those modules in there. And I think that's going to be, and just do it together, do it together, mom, dad, so you can be familiar with the system too, because it takes a minute to really kind of go through that. I know I'm a student myself and it's like kind of, it's really crazy, but, but just go through it because we want you to feel really solid and good as you start on the 8th. If you don't have any other questions, just thank you for your patience. Just thank you for your patience. Students, my last words, do not suffer in silence. Do not suffer in silence. Please reach out if you need anything. Do not make any assumptions whatsoever. Please, we are here to help. We strive for greatness. I only know greatness. Our whole team only knows greatness. So we just want to thank you. Be safe tonight. Stay safe and stay healthy. If you have any other questions, just follow us up with an email. We thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ford, for a very, very informative meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Dewberry. You rock. And thank you, Ms. Primus. We love our high school. I don't know if y'all don't know that. We love our high school. I just want to let you know, just a last little plug. We do have in high school, we are a B rating. I just want to let y'all know that. We are TAB rating. Yes, B, yes. And for the best, so I just want to let y'all know that. So please just let your neighbors and your community know we are a B. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. You all have a great evening.
Okay, bye now.